can't roll for super long tonight, I don't think. But we'll try going for a while. Oops, what did I click there? I don't know. But I think we're still rolling, so that's the main thing. Oh, so back to top messages. I want to see them. Just kidding. So it's another one I know. Some of them more than others. Some of them I just do music and they start looking at. So I just do more organized chat. But with this one, it's again one that I'm gonna say is especially viewer led because, well, I mean, I'll think of some things maybe myself, but you're welcome to, based on the title, also ask some things and I'll give you my perspective. Because I've, learned about a lot of stuff. I've studied a lot of stuff. And yeah. And we got 1 to 3 here now. Welcome. I'm trying to think. What is something, it's not that I have them all figured out or anything, but, sorry, I was just slightly distracted by a lovely message. There we go, 3 to 1. Anywho, but I either do in the moment or I, look to find out. So I guess I haven't really thought. I could go downstairs, put the radios on, and I might want to keep it on for later. So I'll just do this up here. Again, it's not that I think that people always make sense. I mean, nobody does always. And I'm having a hard. I should have maybe spent a bit of time thinking before I started, but I just kind of wanted to do this randomly. I've had this idea for. Whoops, sorry about the lighting there. I've had this idea for a few days now. That's better. And but not really thought much into it. Just thought this would be a good topic for a video. So here I am doing the video. And it could be around the topics of like music or attraction or communication styles. Which of these or others are you most curious about? We have now 4 of you here. And I hope everybody's having a good weekend also. I mean, some of them kind of seem quite obvious, like whether it's fashion or music or what was the other one I said, communication styles. Some people can be better communicators, I will say that, but it's one of those things where, you're not going to always understand anybody all the time. And I don't mean to be dragging Michelle. I happen to be watching this. I know she was talking about catching up on the other stuff, but and so that's fine. But you're welcome to be here too. And I mean, I wasn't meaning for that to sound specific to anything in particular, but I mean, it is something that as people we all kind of go through. That's kind of another way to look at the question, maybe, eh? But even if we all go through it, like, I don't know, another one I'm kind of thinking of is grief. And how different people process that differently. People say that as we get 5 now. Wow, cool. People say that, and I don't disagree, but I think that whether it's about any of these or other things, but there was 3 for a while. 1 rather, 3 for a while there. We're more alike than we are different. Because there's just innate human qualities or characteristics no matter who you are. So those are kind of some of my thoughts, but again, I'm open to a little bit of a discussion. I can't roll probably more than another 15 minutes, although heck, he might want to delay his next thing in the evening and And, well, we don't want us to be more popular than the other. We both want to be enjoyed and appreciated on this channel, and we mostly are. But yeah, the chat is on, correct? Correct. So, and whether, you know, feel free to like and subscribe, as well as comment if you are comfortable. And, you know, no need to be uncomfortable with us for the most part. I think it was 8, now 6, but anyway, it's all good. Yeah, like maybe there's some of you watching that are like, I want to like this, but I'm waiting for it to get a little deeper, a little bit. And it's been a long day and kind of had a lot, kind of sort of going on, or going to be starting to, you know, be busy with some things soon. And so it's not that I don't feel deep right now, it's just that I don't necessarily. I don't know. But, you know, it doesn't have to be necessarily deep, right? I don't know. Also, would you like to hear some music? I mean, again, I can maybe do 1 or 2 songs before I wrap up. It's only been 6 minutes, and the numbers have been pretty nice and somewhat fluctuating, but nice along the top, and I appreciate that. Like I say, I appreciate it even more with the likes and the maybe you've already subscribed. I mean, we could even talk about, like, you know, how do I put this into words as we get for in the online world, you know, I would like to, well, I don't know if I'd like to, but mostly, hi Hudson Plays, neat name. Is that what is Hudson's Plays? I would like to think that people are pretty similar online as they are in person. I would hope, and I think a lot are. Many are very, very honest. Unfortunately, I can try after the fact. Hopefully, it will display. I'm doing this on the cell phone, so I didn't. I keep saying when I do this on the cell phone, which has been the last few, and the connection's been good. It's only been a few minutes, but that I don't see the option to say whether to make the live chat kind of display after or not. I mean, I don't know. Depending on the subject matter, there might be times where you want it to be a conversation while live, but then afterwards, you know, or I don't know, if that makes sense. But I didn't see the option, but hopefully I'll see it later because I'm a little bit curious. We have somebody who is written now 3 comments that unfortunately, let me just try something here. It'd be nice if that was an option. I mean, I'm thinking you must be understanding what I'm saying, and your comments, I think, look like they're coming, they're different lengths, but then also, okay, no, but your username is not always showing, is it? Or I'm confused. The bottom 2 look different to my eyes. We got 7 of you here, and hello, S. S for hello, Sheila. Sorry, it says it so. But yeah, unfortunately, if you're understanding me, I'm not understanding your written comments. Very sorry, I don't know the language of which you speak. If somebody else does that's watching and can translate, that'd be great because I'm not seeing a translate option. I'm hoping that afterwards, if the comments still display, I might see one. But Arabic, okay. Well, it's interesting. I was just thinking of my friend, you know, it's the second time today. I mean, I only know him online, but I can't remember his first name. You might, though, Sheila, because you've seen him on a couple of the videos before, or at least one. Mahmoud, I forget what his first name is. It could be anything Middle Eastern, perhaps, or perhaps Jewish or whatever. Okay, yeah, okay, okay. I'm very confused because where it says I'm Iraqi, and I would have thought it was Iraqian, but what do I know? Looks like where your username should be. But if you can do that much, if you can clarify what the rest of your comments say, that would be great. And we've got 11 of you here. Awesome. So yeah, what is an aspect of, sorry about the mute, by the way. What is an aspect of human behavior of which you are, what are you trying to say, Jax? Of which you are curious about? I got 13 of you here. Yeah. Let's try and be as, what's the word? Let's try and be as, I don't know what you're saying, but it doesn't really have anything to do with this video. And I don't know why you're saying it. Please clarify. Let's try and be, why am I struggling to think of the wording? As specific with our comments as we can be, for lack of a different way to put it. Because it's a trend. You know, and I've kind of seen that. Lamar Jackson's kind of familiar. I've noticed that it is a trend, but I'm not following it, and I don't really understand what the trend is and why it's a trend. But it still has nothing really to do with this video, but thanks for kind of elaborating there. We've got 11 of you here. Yes. Like I say, this is about, like, you know, that I guess that could be a topic too, though. Trends. Hello, Hudson Plays. I feel like Matt being asked for a shout out. I don't see it super often on here. I will read any other comments on the topics that you have. As also a form of acknowledging you. But yeah. Hey, how are you? W. Do you know Matt? Do you follow his videos? Because he's always like, W's in the chat for so-and-so, so-and-so. Or is that also something that's more common than I realize? That's what I thought it meant, yeah. Do you know the Matt that I'm talking about? You don't? Okay. That's all he goes by on here, so I don't know. You know, he's a very hyper-animated, I guess you would say, guy. Reminds me of Robin Williams, Jim Carrey type. Maybe didn't mean to put that way. But yeah, I'd kind of like to focus on the topic of this video for a few more minutes at least, and then I might have to wrap up. I know what it means. Yeah, that's what I figured in watching his videos, actually. And it's always good when everybody can win and be all, help each other feel that that rush of winning, I guess is the way to put it. So thanks for the like. And Sheila, you're not saying much. Are you still there? I'm going to come downstairs because it's just more comfortable. I don't know if I'm going to do any music or not, but and I don't know if I needed more lighting on in here. I am here. Cool. Yeah, I wish I could say, every now and then, not often, but every now and then I've spoken about him. I wish I could say, how to come across his channel, because I don't know if I can put a link in here or not, but like I say, otherwise it just goes by Matthew. So, I mean, but no, I in starting this video, I wanted to help people understand something that's always perplexed them. Maybe they know somebody who's done something that's perplexed them. Maybe they have a quirk themselves that they don't quite understand. Or they, aka you. And I'd like to know what you're thinking, and then I'll tell you what I think about it. How's that? How's that for a plan? Sheila, I've been posting some original songs lately, and that that I feel like you may have been briefly on one of them, but maybe your phone died or you got to check those out too. But yes, first try and we're back. Sorry, my device was being a bit wonky, and I haven't been on until now. I haven't felt good. Yeah, I can relate. Sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, it's, I guess, decent to relax to as well. Looks like there was two briefly when I came back, and now it's down to one, and I'm not sure if it's you, Sheila, or who it is. Again, don't forget to like. Or if it's Jack's, or if it's Hudson's Plays, or is it that other one that's been a bit confusing? I'm going to try... Oh, and then suddenly we go from 1 to 4. I'm going to try and think of another example myself. But again, I do welcome you to put in the chat something you've always wondered about. I mean, I know I even kind of alluded to in the title. If you've seen my videos before, if there's something I do, I don't know that you wonder. I don't know. I may not want to answer, but I'd be willing to hear the question. But also just in general, like I say, someone you know, is it still hot there? There's been a nice wind. And we have had some rain or some cooler days, but there's been a nice wind. But yeah, it's fairly hot. So, anywho, yeah. For the three of you that are here, how about you each, or four now, how about you each, if you don't mind? And I think that all, except for maybe one of you, have been here to hear the question, so I'll repeat it for the one that wasn't. Sorry to the ones that were, that are hearing it again, but maybe it'll be helpful in answering it. An aspect of human behavior, talking about the weather, just kidding, that you've always been curious about or perplexed about, or that you think you've figured out. How about that? Another approach. 2 to 4. Now I'll let you focus on your comments, just in case my rambling is making that difficult. And I'll look back in a moment. Whoops. Dog had a bath today. I've been meaning to give him one for a while, so still kind of wet. He's laying on the pillow, and no, I don't think I was wrong. People might recognize. So we have, has it said 3 the whole time, or did it say 2? I think it said 2, now it says 3, so welcome. Not sure if it's your first time here, but don't be shy. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I'm just kind of taking a bit of a moment to kind of slow down because I've been rambling, and to give our viewers a chance to ask a question based on the topic. And if my net conks out again, I do have to give this device to somebody else shortly, and we'll probably wrap it up at that point. But so far it's being pretty good. Sheila, you're saying it's freezing really bad. As in, like, the video, or the weather, which I wouldn't imagine in Kentucky it's freezing ever. Like that cold. Especially not in the summer. And you'd be the same season. If you mean the video, I'm kind of surprised, because I understand when you say it when it's happening on our end. Getting like every... Okay, weird. I understand when it's... Is that helping? I don't know. Happening on our end. But it's not being wonky on our end, except for once, I think. So it must be something about yours. Sorry. And I don't know how to put a comment on this device. I did on the laptop, and I guess I could say that. Again, it might be kind of more of a shared device. I don't know how often I'll be on that device, but we're going to be getting a new laptop. So, not that the other one was not doing well with the podcasting, but it... and how's the quality for everybody else? I mean, the 2 other people are still here, so I guess decent. And Sheila will be here whether it was good quality or not. And apparently you too as well. Yeah, it just kind of it conked. I would love to get it working again, but I don't know how. So while I'm letting you potentially comment, and I didn't really stop talking that much yet, so I will, I'm going to think of one more example if I can. It's a bit of a tricky one to think of for some weird reason. And then kind of give my perspective. And something already comes to mind. I'm not sure. It's kind of a vague example, sort of, where let's just say somebody doesn't do something that we might think would be obvious to do. And now it's down to one. And my one reason, I mean, of course, sometimes there's more than one reason, that I would guess is they're worried about making a wrong thing. So, are you wanting to play a tune or two?
Not really right now.
Oh, okay. Because it seemed like this was a pretty hot time to roll, and I've got it back going.
Oh, do you?
Yep. That'd be nice. I don't know. The only thing that's kind of confusing me, sometimes when it drops and comes back, I see I don't see the chat. I also don't see the wrap up option. So I'm not sure.
I'd rather you just.
I'm not sure what to do. Yeah, this is all I'm seeing.
Well, it says 16, 22, 24.
I know that's the duration. I don't know how to wrap it up. No, we're not. We're not.
Oh my God.
We're not first-time podcasters.
I'm going to end this thing.
We just
I
have a
heard
wonky
some
device that is doing something we've not seen it do before.
Oh,
and
well,
we got one person here. Maybe they
Okay.
can help. Other than, well, I know that when it
We've got a wonky device. We don't know how to turn it off. So, gonna get some music. Yeah, we don't see the usual wrap-up podcast option. Oh no, means that I have to podcast forever.
You don't forget to share some love in the earlier topics and other videos as well. But welcome.
just heard The Murk is Gathering in
Sorry?
the Glen, which is a Highland cradle song. Yeah.
Which one was that? Oh, the Merkin.
I was just saying what the...
Ironic.
So if I press...
No, don't do that.
Why don't do that?
Because,
You got a better suggestion for ending the video?
The person is there enjoying it now, so...
No, that was Chopin's. Yeah, that was Chopin's 24th Piano Etude. And there's nobody watching, so that seems like a good time.
But I just want to say one thing first. I guess for those that are viewing afterwards, and sorry, I seem to have a bit of water or something splashed on my shirt. But other than thanks for watching, sorry if you've commented. Hopefully they will display later because there was a couple people there for a little while, and we'll get back to them. If they don't, this video's had a tech glitch. We're not even going to sure if it's going to post properly, but we will reply to your comments on other videos for sure. So hopefully you Take care.
Good night, Gracie.
Now, do that thing that we're going to try and